it's time for Bury the Hatchet. The year was 1987. The two sides were Carlton and North Melbourne. The venue was London. And what happened next will go down in football folklore for all the wrong reasons. And two guys that were right in the middle of it, McDonald and David Rhys-Jones. Welcome to the Sunday Footy Show.
Great to be here.
Now, you took a great mark early, and would I be right in saying that you threw the first punch on the way down when he took the mark and it all started?
Yeah, like it wasn't premeditated that I'd belt Rhys. It was just premeditated in my head because Kanga gave this great speech and, you know, I was pretty fired up. Anyway, Rhys took the mark and coming down, I just gave him a little bit of a love tap and being the dill I am, I just stood on the mark and put my hands up, you know, as if, you know, I'll be right, you know, and next minute Rhys just jumped up and chinned me and then that was it. She was on for young and old.
Now, in that little scuffle, did any of them actually land, or there was a few haymakers thrown by you?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, no, I think a couple may have, but yeah, I was keen to. I had a headache before I started. You can imagine I only had 3 hours sleep and I'd been on the grog all night, so I didn't really need a whack in the head at that stage. We knew very early on in the match that they were on because Stephen McCann, who wasn't the bravest bloke in the world, tried to put Stephen Kernahan's head in a rubbish bin at one stage on the fence there. So I think once we saw that, we knew, geez, these blokes are fair dinkum today.
Now, a few moments after that, on the wing, you were shaping up with Ian Aitken and an incident that changed the game forever. Alistair Clarkson, then 19 years of age, kin hit Ian Aitken. He went down with a broken jaw. What are your recollections of that incident?
Ian Aitken was my opponent, so he went to run off and I thought, nah, I'm not chasing him because I was knackered from the fight. So I tackled him to the ground and he just jumped up and started throwing punches. So I could see his punches come, so I just ducked out of the way and I thought, all right, I'll throw one. And as I was about to throw one, Al just come from nowhere and if you know Al, he sticks by his teammates pretty well and yeah, he just got Ian flush and that created a little bit more drama.
At quarter time, Robert Walls, our coach, actually said to us that I don't want Alistair Clarkson to walk off the ground. So it was the first time in my career I'd actually been given instructions to get out and whack someone, but unfortunately, I think although celebrating, I couldn't catch him.
What did John Kennedy say at half-time about what had happened? Did he say you needed to protect Alistair in the second half?
Yeah, Kanga was pretty big on that, you know, like having his bigger blokes, making sure they looked after little blokes. There was so much stuff going off the ball that you never saw on the TV, and I remember at one stage saying to me, mate, you know, come up around here, I mean, at least stand up in front of me, you know, so I can see you, because all you could hear was the crowd yelling. I'd look around and there'd be a pack of Carlton blokes trying to chase him, so... I think post-game it was probably one of the happiest I've ever seen Kanga because Wolsey was screaming out to John Kennedy to say, you know, you're a bunch of animals and this, that and the other, and I think it probably made Kanga prouder of us.
After the game there was presentations, you were still bloodied and bruised and there probably would have been a lot of animosity. What was it like directly after the game?
I was with Jimmy Buckley and we were going into the place we were staying at one stage, and next minute we rang the lift and the lift come up and there's Alistair Clarkson standing there, and he's got Jimmy Buckley and myself looking in the lift, and Ian Fairley, I think, was there, and we jumped in the lift, and I think it was, he said, look, feel his head, and we felt the top of his head, and he had lumps everywhere all over. It was like a pineapple.
Was it true that your mother-in-law said that you were an animal?
She did, because they were Mad Carlton, and it was live on TV, and she rang up my wife and said, and we weren't married at that stage, and she said, I don't approve of the boy that you're about to marry.
Yeah, imagine it to me.
Well, guys, Donald, David, it's been a great insight into the Battle of Britain all the way back in 1987. Thanks for joining us on the Sunday Footy Show. It's been fantastic.
No worries, Brandon.
Thank you.